Hey everyone, in Canada we live in a democracy, which means we each have a vote that counts towards the decision-making body in national, provincial, and local politics. The voter turnout in Canada is usually quite low compared to some, and usually quite high compared to others. Now, I believe there are so many innovative things we can do to make voting in each election throughout Canada a fun and worthy responsibility each of us can live up to. An incentive to get out and vote would help ease the trouble of getting those who feel their vote will not count to actually get out and cast it. A $100 income tax voucher should be offered to all citizens who vote in federal elections. Canadian content should be also taught in early grades of school and onward, specifically of Canadian content. This content can include everything from geography, to cultures, to languages, to peoples, and to the rights of all Canadians. Let's also consider flexing the voting age to encompass the sometimes young Canadians who are in the graduated license program. With the possibility of voting at age 16, youth are invited into Canadian politics as a show of respect for their responsible actions of being in the graduated license program. Let's also look at the times voting happens. I believe we should try a different time slot for voting, like on the weekends, like Friday to Sunday, because weekends open opportunity for new beginnings. We should also encourage homeless persons throughout Canada to vote as well. In the preceding weeks before, say, a national election, temporary identification cards should be issued and information and other forms of encouragement should also be provided. Small tax incentives for the small Canadian business owners should also be considered when they promote the right to vote in a non-partisan way. I also call on all political figures to actually push through with policies for a nation as great as Canada that are actually inspiring and fair for every Canadian citizen. The image of Parliament and those who work in the House of Commons needs to be enhanced through collective political bargaining with the main goal for the betterment of Canadian society. I mentioned in another video about the need for a national forum through the internet and radio to give Canadians a voice that counts. This is another aspect that will enrich our civic culture, which in turn will play onto our participation at the polling booths.